Alright guys, how's it going? It is Mr. Extra from Team Extra as always. So I figured we'd go ahead and put out I got a Fire King deck profile for you guys that I'm currently just started working on. And when I say start working on, it's very, very fresh. So let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's start off with the Fire King cards. We play 3 Punk, because Punk is 1-card combo. Punk into Fire King Sanctuary gets you into everything else. And this is a very budget build too. This doesn't like hurt your wallet, anything fancy. I have even substitutions or anything like that. This is like, I guess, you know, something you can try to mess around with if you can't afford like the Belstar package, all that other stuff. But this structure deck was kind of cracked. So we play 3 Punk. Punk is your 1-card combo. It gets you into Sanctuary, which gets you it gets you into Fire King Sanctuary, and then it gets you into Fire King Island, which gets you into pretty much everything else. Right? So, little birdie, pretty nice. Alright, so we play 1 OG. We don't need to play more than 1, and it's pretty interesting to loop this thing into the graveyard in a situation where you want follow-up. This is like pretty good follow-up, especially if you know, like, you're building, let's say you're building a board, right, and you can't get rid of all their monsters, but you can clear most of them, and then you go main 2, you set up a little bit of destruction stuff that you're getting ready to do, and then you destroy this thing and put it in the graveyard. So in standby phase, it'll come out and pop all the monsters on the field, which would, you know, essentially clear the rest of them depending on what you're working with. Plus, you could start, you know, comboing during their turn. One of the reasons that gave me a big interest to try to mess with the Fire King stuff is it's pretty good over in the OCG right now, which I think is honestly wild. I don't like Rescue Ace. I just don't like the deck. And it plays on your opponent's turn a lot, actually. So we play 1 of the OG. Now, there's a lot of people who play 1 Balrog. I'll explain why I play 2. Okay, so Balrog's effect is when it gets destroyed and goes to the grave, right? On the standby phase, you can add a Fire King. If I recall, it's just Fire King card to your hand. Yeah. Now, the text of Balrog says this card. So basically, if I use Sacred Phoenix Runics and destroy this one, right? And send it to the grave. And then I have this one in hand, and I go Fire King Island and destroy this one out of my hand and send this one to the grave. On the standby phase, I will get both their effects, which is 2 searches for whatever Fire King card I want, or engine. Not to mention you probably have the low burn rotation. So I play 2 mainly because of that. It gives you optimal follow-up. It gets cards in your hand. It gets fire cards in your hand. It's been pretty nice so far playing as a 2-up. So let's go on to the next guy. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. He is Spell Trap Negate. I play this at 3. I think 3 is correct for this because, I mean, Fire King before didn't have any in-house negates, and the fact that the structure deck just gave it a free Spell Trap Negate and a free Monster Negate and then a busted XYZ card. Plus making it 1-card combo and fixing the main Fire King problem from back in the day, which was trying to consistently get into Fire King Island, especially turn 1, and if you don't draw Terraforming, you just kind of you didn't do a whole lot. Fire King Island starts your combo too. This thing is pretty good. Ring Bali. Ring Bali. We're just called Bali. So Bali is pretty good. If I recall correctly, it is if a Fire King card gets destroyed or a Fire King monster gets destroyed, you know, that was a fire, etc., just like all the other attacks. This is getting special summon from hand, so it's an extender from hand too. It's pretty nice. And Spell Trap Negate, and then pop another Fire King monster to not only negate, like, evenly matched, and then to continue to combo is pretty nice. This is a 3-up, feels correct to me so far. This is rough draft, guys. This is very rough draft. And then we play 3 of the Elephant, Avatara. I'll just say, I don't know. Elephant. I just call him Elephant. Elephant is the monster negate. Fire King, I mean, this card right here prevents you from getting hit by Nib, which is pretty good. It has 2 effects. Unlike Ring Bali, which, if I recall, Ring Bali doesn't have a graveyard effect. I believe both effects are just on the field. on field or in hand. So the elephant says that when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can negate it with this, negate activation, and then destroy a fire monster on your hand, in your hand or on the field. The second effect is if this card is destroyed and goes to the graveyard, you can target one of your other Fire King monsters. I'm pretty sure it's just Fire King monsters. You can target one Fire Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast. My bad, to clarify. And then you can special it. Its effect will be negated, and then at the end phase, that card that got targeted by the elephant and special will get destroyed. So you can essentially do the elephant, destroy it, pull out one of your 8s for whatever reason, or pull out Bowrong or the monkey, and then destroy that, pop the monkey on end phase, and then in the standby phase you would get your monkey search if you haven't already done that in rotation. So it's another really, really cool interaction with this. Fire King High Avatar Kirin. This is, like, in my opinion, one of the best cards in here. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. There's a lot of really good cards in here now. This card's great. You can pop fire cards out of your hand, or fire monsters out of your hand, or on the field to special summon this thing. And if this thing is destroyed and is sent to the graveyard, you can target a, if I recall, it is Fire King for this one. You can special summon a Fire King monster from your hand or graveyard, right? I play all majority just Fire King, so I don't really have to think too hard into it. And then as soon as you go to special, because it's a special summon and destroy a card on the field, it's non-target, and the special summon, if they don't negate the special summon, it all resolves at the same time, so you can get a free body and plus trade for a card on their field. And most of the time, with me actually doing that, most people let me special summon, and then I get the pop back row and stuff, because if they don't chain to it, it's going to resolve special pop, like same effect, all one effect. So it's really easy to sack someone with it. And lastly, we play 3 Sacred Fire King Runics. This card is amazing. So if a fire monster that you control was destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this from the deck or the graveyard, and then it's going to let you destroy a Fire King monster from your deck, dump it in the graveyard, which you already know, that'll start a whole lot of stuff, and then it will gain half the attack of the monster destroyed until the end of the turn. That's the main use this thing gets, and it doesn't really do too much outside of that, but that's all you need to know. This card is amazing. Alright, let's go into the other cards now. So, this is, I actually play a smallish package in here. We play a Dogmatica package. So we run 2 Ecclesia to search and to be annoying, 1 Fleur, 1 Maximus, right? Maximus for deck knowledge and, you know, dropping cards out of your extra deck in the grave. And if you know I'm playing this package, I have some free stuff to drop with this that, you know, lets you potentially get into other things. And then for the other packages, for the same package, 3 Nadir, and then the punishment as well, which is correct. So let's go to the hand traps, and then we'll go the rest of the spell and traps. Hand traps for the main are simple: 3 Ash, 3 Imperm. I mean, that's all you really need for something that's really, really fresh like this, right? So let's go to the spells and traps now. Okay. Alright. We play 2 Fire Formation, 10 Key to search. I would play this at 3 up, but you kind of just don't need to, in my opinion. We play 2 Fire Kick Sanctuary to XYZ summon on their turn, and to just get the ball rolling because it gets Fire King Island out for free. We also play a second Fire King Island, don't you worry, 2/2. We play 1 circle to do weird janky plays to dodge like Imperm and to set and trigger stuff during our opponent's turn, and you can circle in the battle phase as well, which is super disgusting. We play 1 Fire King Skyburn. This card is amazing. You can search it out. It's really good. You use it. You can pop cards on the field, and then you can trade your Fire Kings for cards on their field. And then you can also banish this from graveyard to prevent destruction of your cards. And you can also use Sanctuary and banish. You could save Fire King Island from being destroyed with Sanctuary and blow up a fire monster in your hand or on the field to save it. And lastly, we play 2 Fire Recovery, right? 2 Fire Recovery to get cards from your hand in the graveyard and to fish your fire cards from your graveyard to the field, right? And then Fire Recovery second, like the first effect, like the Special Summon effect, that is a soft. You can do that as much as you want. The second effect, you banish Fire Recovery, you target 3 fire monsters in your graveyard, and then you shuffle them back in the deck and draw a card. So I like to do this to like shuffle back stuff. So say if both my Sacred Fires in graveyard, or you know I'm in a weird spot where I need to put names back in the deck real quick, I'll use this to put names back in the deck. I'll also use it to put Ash Blossom back in the deck as well too. It's pretty saucy, pretty nice. And then I have one more spell that I play in the main, and this is kind of a wild card spell. I play an Instant Fusion, and yes, we have an Instant Fusion target as well, just to do janky stuff. Okay, so we're going to go over the extra deck real quick, and then we will go into the side deck, and then, yeah, that'll be it. So, we'll start off, our Instant Fusion target is Millennium Eyes Restrict. You know, just to be annoying, plus to pair off really well with the Millennium Eyes Restrict, we were playing an Enema, so you can, like, Instant Fusion into this, and just keep it on the field while you're playing, right? As long as you don't put out, like, Incredible Ecclesia, you know, or use Punishment that turn, so you don't lock yourself out, alright? So, you can just leave this out, you can Instant Fusion, leave this out on the board just to be annoying, just for it to be there, and potentially snatch one of their monsters, and then you get a free body, and then you can link this away, which will get rid of their monster to make Enema and snatch a second monster, so you can trade 2 monsters off just that Instant Fusion right there. It's really beautiful. Okay, so punishment targets are as follows. This is rough draft, so I'll tell you like when I'm just playing temporarily to what you should be playing. We have 2 Entis, plus these are also Nadir targets. These are all going to be Nadir targets too. Entis for destruction, clearing. Plus sometimes I'll use like Punishment, or I'll use Nadir, and then I'll pop one of my own Fire King cards if I need to like really set up and then just do a lot of annoying stuff. 1 Garua should probably be 2 in my personal opinion, and then 1 Wing Pegasus Ignister. Now these here, like Wing Pegasus could just be the second Garua. This is just substitution because I don't have 2 Garua right now. Because I mean, draw card's cool. Wing Pegasus is a little sussy about what it can do. Which, if your opponent destroys one of your monsters by battle or card effect, you can just shuffle their monster back, or you can shuffle something back. Alright, so that's it for that. Let's get into all the other good stuff. So, we play the Hita Fire Charmer, steal their Ash Blossoms. You know, Ash Blossom, Hydrant, whatever. We play a Unicorn. Unicorn here is actually supposed to be something else, but this is a temporary card, temporary fix. I have Little Knight in my other deck. I don't have 2 Little Knights at the moment. But if you have Little Knight, this would definitely be Little Knight. We play Access Code because we can put a lot of bodies. It could be Access Code or it could be Underworld Goddess in my opinion, guys. You can do either or here to really kind of like push what you need to do. So you don't play a whole lot of links for this version, because I mean you don't really rely on your extra deck to win, not with this version anyways. XYZs are as follows. We play 2 of the XYZ from the structure deck. This card's amazing. You use Fire King Sanctuary, and then you make it on their turn, and then pop their field with it, and then if they destroy this, and while it still has materials on it, you can special summon Fire King monster from your graveyard up to the number of materials you have. Plus, chances are you're going to be triggering a bunch of stuff too. 1 Time Thief, because Time Thief's annoying. This could literally be anything else. The Time Thief, personally, could literally be anything else, guys. This is just, okay, it's just generic. If you have Dweller, use it for a Dweller. If you don't, this is okay. We play 1 Direwolf. Direwolf's okay too, but this could be something else. These are just generic here for the time being. But I would actually make these 2 Typhon Zeus, right? I just don't have enough Typhons and Zeuses to go around at the moment. And then lastly, 1 Coach King. Coach King for time, Coach King to draw, But he's mainly in here just for time situations, guys. We also have one more card, a Titanic Clad, which is a punishment target, and this is just to do search, and special, set up Ecclesia to essentially get into Fleur. Side deck is very generic as follows as well, guys, and then I'll be done with y'all, I promise. So we have 2 Cosmic Cyclone for right now, which could just be super annoying. Back row removal. We have 3 Droll, because Droll is also very good right now. We have 2 Dogran. You're probably like, why Dogran? So Dogran's got 1200 defense, and then the Fire Charmer searches for something with 1500 less defense. So in game 2, if you need to get over that annoying tower monster, you can make Hita, the Link 2, crash it over, search Dogran, and then Dogran it. And then after that, you know, Enema, the Dogran back, whichever, you know, dealer's choice. 2 talents to be spicy and annoying. 3 judgments as well. Judgments have been coming in clutch so far in testing with this deck. And then let me slide these away to show you the last 3 cards. Y'all are gonna laugh. 2 Dark Holes and a Dark Hole Dragon. Let's go. So Dark Hole is really good in this deck because you can just Dark Hole at any time with your whole field, and then you just get a bunch of triggers. And then Dark Hole Dragon, you can just use it as discard. You can just destroy it out of your hand. Well, you couldn't destroy it out of your hand, but you could use it as discard for whatever reason, or while it's in your hand and you use Kyrion's effect to non-target destroy something, or if, you know, you Dark Hole whatever, this will special itself out. It's another level 8 to do your rank plays, and then it also starts Dark Hole in the end phase. But that is all I got for you guys for right now. If you like the little list so far, I can make another video to show you the standard lines for Nadir fireking. That's what I'm going to call this for whatever it is right now. My take on this build right now is this build is definitely rogue. It's just generic, it's quick. I will be refining it over the next few months along with a bunch of other stuff. But if you want to see a combo video for this, like in-depth, hands all, let me know down in the comments below. Let us know at Team Extra. We love to hear feedback from you guys. That's how we grow. We grow as a community. And then here soon, we will actually be also starting a Patreon for you guys as well too. You know, earlier access, all the good stuff. Other than that, that is all I got for you. This is Mr. Extra from Team Extra. And enjoy the rest of your day, guys.